Asia and the Suez Canal. Could Egypt's crisis affect two-way trade between the East and West? A decade on since America accused China of manipulating its currency, what has changed? Thanks for joining us. I'm Rico Hizon for the Asia Business Report on BBC World News. We start today with the crisis in Egypt, where the army has ousted its president, Mohamed Morsi. The army's move comes after 4 days of mass street protests against Mr. Morsi and an ultimatum issued by the military. Commodity prices have been hit by the unrest, with oil prices shooting through the $100 per barrel mark, rising to its highest in 14 months over concerns of possible disruptions to Middle East supplies. Egypt's stability is important to Asia's economy because it controls the Suez Canal, one of the world's most important waterways. It allows ships carrying trade goods to move between the East and West without having to go right around the Cape of Good Hope. The Suez Canal is a major supply route between the Middle East and Europe, and it's worries about this that's causing the oil price volatility. For Asia, though, it is a crucial trade route, and for more on its importance, let's bring in Rahul Kapoor from maritime research company Drewry. Rahul, thank you so much for joining us. If the Suez Canal is indeed closed, what kind of an impact would this have on two-way trade between Asia and the Middle East?
Good morning, Rico, and thank you for having me. Firstly, we see it as an unlikely event because you would be aware it's an important, not for the European trade flows, but also for the Egyptian economy. Just to put it in terms of numbers, last year in 2012, it was around 8% of seaborne trade and 20 million TEUs. So if the Suez Canal would have to be closed, we would see the European supply chain's impact would be chaotic rather than catastrophic.
You don't see it being closed, but there is a precedent back in 1956. What kind of an impact did it have then?
The impact was more on the oil markets rather than the containerized cargo. The things have changed in the past 50 years. Most of the goods are being done in Asia and destined for Europe. So what we would see is the supply chains would be disrupted for months at the end, and the normalcy to return in due course.
All right, the alternative route right now, Mr. Kapoor, is the Cape of Good Hope. What impact would it have on trade? How much would cost go up?
So the biggest cost increase would be on the fuel cost. Our estimates suggest around 70% fuel cost increases. Now the consumers would have to bear the brunt because shipping lines are in no position to bear the cost. So this could lead to disrupted supply chains, higher fuel costs, and higher freight costs. So consumers would be the sufferers in the end.
All right, that is the Cape of Good Hope. But what if we see a disruption in ships moving to and fro the Suez Canal, and if deliveries are delayed and don't arrive on time? What would this mean in terms of costings?
In terms of, I would like to highlight here that given the weak European economy, the retailers and manufacturers, both in the Europe, are maintaining lean inventories. The fallout of that could be they're not building a risk contingencies in the supply chains. So you could see a period of empty shelves in the Europe and higher consumer prices. So there could be empty shelves in Europe in the holiday season.
Rahul Kapoor from maritime research company Drewry. Thank you, sir, for your insights. Meanwhile,